I came into work about 20 minutes early. I kind of noticed that some people were down at the landing and they were trying to load their boat up. And with the river being high, I could tell they were having problems. And I looked out there and the van's going in the river. Everybody started running out of the bar and running down there and seeing what was going on. Jen Otto, the lady that was there, she ended up giving me her cell phone because she dialed 911. And I didn't know what to say to them. I was like, I don't know if we need a boat, an ambulance, something. Get outside and I could see a little girl coming up and somebody had a towel for her. And I hear that there's still a little boy in the van. The van was still, just the top of it was still showing, but it was still coming downstream a little bit. I fish that area very much. I've swam it, I've kayaked it. I know that it's a drop off, but as you go down the current, it comes up. And I kept thinking in my head, just hit that bottom, just stick. And it did. I couldn't believe it. The river was at least this much higher. And when the van went out, it was probably, if you see where the edge of the ice is, it was probably that, length or width from the shoreline to the ice out. It probably went down another 30 yards by the time it stopped. I just didn't even think about it. I kicked off my shoes, pulled off my t-shirt, and I jumped in. I still had my glasses on the whole time. Once I hit the water, I don't know how I didn't hit the trailer. I got over to the passenger side door, and the window was down. So I kind of just dove in there, tried feeling around. I didn't like it because the current was really pushing me in the van. I had no control over anything, so I kind of pulled out of that. I went in the driver's side, and I went almost to the back seats trying to feel around, and I couldn't feel anything soft. I pulled out of there and realized, all right, he's got to be in the back of the van, and everybody kept yelling to me, he's in the back, he's in the back. So I got to the back, and I tried to pop the hatch. I couldn't figure out the door. I wasn't familiar with the door itself. So I looked ashore and I said, give me a couple rocks, I'm breaking this back window open. Everybody kept trying to swim out parallel from shore from the van, and the current was so strong it was taking them. I'm a pretty darn good swimmer, but I jumped in above the van up current and pretty much just pulled me, 2 strokes pulled me straight to the van. The uncle had waded out as far as he could and he kind of threw me a couple rocks. I gave 1 rock to him and I said, let's break this back window open. And I think it was about his second swing, I felt everything start breaking. And I felt all this stuff coming out. The glass going by me, going across my chest in the water, that was very different. It was very weird. And I took a couple deep breaths, I dove in, and I just started feeling around as much as I could. And I was like, he can't be in here, there's no way. And all of a sudden I got to the back bench seat on my way out, and all of a sudden I felt something soft. And I think it was his arm. And pretty much I just pulled him up, and I pulled him close, and I backed out of the window. I kicked off of the van and I took about 3 strokes back till I could feel bottom. And I was gonna lay him down and give him mouth to mouth, and I looked around and there's no shore. I couldn't lay him down. So I had to hand him up this embankment that was 8-9 feet tall. And I handed him up as far as I could, and then people grabbed him and pulled him up. That's when the ambulance showed up, and I said, hey, the ambulance is here. Run, get him over there as quick as possible. And they got him over to the ambulance. I lost hope at that moment because I was like, there's no way, he's a goner. He's very gray and blue. I've never seen anybody like that. I just sat there and I looked around and I was in complete shock for about a half an hour. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I was pretty worried. And finally the 3rd day they pulled him out of a coma and they said that he's fine. It was a great feeling. I mean, I did what I could do, the most that I could do. I really thank medical science for what they can do on top of anything else. I'm always a shy guy. I've never asked for any of this. And it's nice. It is really nice. It's something that I still got to get used to myself. It's something different. And it's a small world because he lives across the street from my mother and 2 houses down. And all this last summer, all I did was see him playing out in the yard all the time.